Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, can I have your attention, please? Ladies and gentlemen, can I have your attention, please? Quiet on the floor, please. At this time, please place all electronic devices to vibrate. Mr. Majority Leader, it's all yours.
Good afternoon and welcome to the stated meeting of January 15, 2026. I am Majority Leader Sean Abreu and I'd like to thank you for joining us today. If you would like to follow along, the agenda for today's meeting is posted on our website.
Please join us for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Abreu.
Present.
Aldebol.
Present.
Ariola.
Present.
Aviles. Banks.
Present.
Botcher.
Present.
Brewer.
I've been here forever. I'm here.
Brooks Powers. Caban.
Present.
De La Rosa.
Here.
Dinowitz.
Present.
Encarnacion.
Presente.
Epstein.
Presente.
Farias.
Present.
Felder.
Here.
Thank you. Aviles.
Presente.
Gennaro.
Gail, not as long as me. Present.
Gutierrez.
Presente.
I think so, yeah. Did I? Felice.
Presente.
Thank you. Hanif.
Here.
Hankerson.
Here.
Hanks.
Present.
Hudson.
Present.
Joseph.
Present.
Krishnan.
Here.
Lee.
Here.
Lewis.
Present.
Maloney.
Present.
Marte.
Present.
Mealy. Morano.
Here.
Narcisse.
Présent.
Nurse. Osei.
I'm here.
Palladino.
Ever present.
Wrestler.
Here.
Riley.
Present.
Salam. Justin Sanchez.
Present.
Pierina Sanchez.
Present.
Santos Suoso.
Here.
Shulman.
Here.
Stevens.
Here.
Thank you. Thomas Henry.
Present.
Ung.
Present.
Vernikoff. Williams. One.
Present.
Wang.
Present.
Zhuang.
Here.
Carr.
Present.
Speaker Menon.
Here.
Thank you. We will now have today's invocation, which will be delivered by Debbie Almantazer of the Islamic Mission of America, which is located at 143 State Street in Brooklyn.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Greetings of peace. In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful, we gather here today as a diverse mosaic of humanity, seeking love, compassion, justice, and freedom for all. It is a privilege to stand here as a Muslim American woman and faith leader. Throughout the history of the Abrahamic faiths, Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, strong women have played pivotal roles in shaping spiritual and cultural landscapes. In Judaism, figures like the mother and the sister of Moses exemplified the leadership and wisdom necessary to change the course of history for their people. In Christianity, Mary, the mother of Jesus, embodied faith and resilience by honoring God's decree. In Islam, Khadija is celebrated for her entrepreneurial spirit and unwavering love and support for the Prophet Muhammad as his wife. Yet, there is a common misconception that Muslim women do not hold spiritual roles in Islam. On the contrary, Islam flourished through the leadership of women like Khadija. Furthermore, the world's first university, Al-Qarawiyyin, in Fez, Morocco, was founded over 1,000 years ago by a Muslim woman named Fatima al-Hifri. These women demonstrate the courage, intelligence, and faith that have inspired generations and challenged social and societal norms. Their stories serve as a reminder of the powerful legacy of women in the Abrahamic faith traditions, whose influence continues to be felt today. It is with great honor that I give this invocation, coming from a long line of sheroes before a council body led by a majority of women. As I reflected on this 15th day of January, at the start of a new year and a new era, it is a message of love, compassion, unity, and solidarity. I have chosen a few of my favorite verses from the Quran that illustrate these sentiments. In chapter 49, verse 13, God said, "O mankind, indeed we have created you from male and female, Adam and Eve, and made you into nations and tribes that you may know one another. As members of the human family, let us remember that our differences are not a reason for division, but an opportunity for understanding and appreciation." In chapter 11, verse 118, God said, "And if your Lord had willed, he could have made mankind one nation, but they will not cease to differ. My sisters and brothers, in this diversity, we find strength. Let us embrace each other, regardless of our backgrounds, our faiths, and our cultures." In chapter 3, verse 103, God said, "And hold fast, all of you together, to the rope of Allah, and be not divided." This, my sisters and brothers, means we must call upon each other to unite under the shared values of love, compassion, and respect, weaving a stronger bond that transcends our differences. In chapter 5, verse 8, God said, "O you who believed, be persistently standing firm for Allah. Witnesses in justice, and do not let the hatred of a people prevent you from being just. Be just. That is nearer to righteousness. And fear Allah. Indeed, Allah is acquainted with what you do." As believers of a higher power, my sisters and brothers, we must remain steadfast in our faith and actively pursue justice regardless of personal feelings or biases. True righteousness comes from our commitment to fairness and integrity while being accountable to God, who is aware of all of our actions. Let us strive to embody these principles in our lives, promoting justice in our communities and honoring our beliefs through our actions. In chapter 49, verse 10, God said, "The believers are but brothers. So make settlement between your brothers." Sisters and brothers, let us act as true siblings, extending our hands in kindness, seeking harmony, and resolving conflicts with patience and understanding. And the last verse from the Quran, chapter 2, verse 83, God said, "And speak to people with good words." Sisters and brothers, may our words ignite our hearts with kindness and our actions reflect the beauty of unity. As I conclude, may we be guided by peace in our hearts, justice in our decisions, and compassion in our actions. May our differences be a source of strength, and may our shared humanity always lead us forward. I pray to God Almighty that He grants our esteemed council members the strength and wisdom necessary to embrace their responsibilities with unwavering commitment. May you serve the diverse communities of New York City by approaching every challenge with integrity and a profound sense of purpose, ensuring that your decisions truly reflect the needs and aspirations of all you represent. May you be bestowed with the courage to advocate for justice and equity and stand firm in your convictions, even in the face of adversity. As you interact with every New Yorker, may you treat them with the dignity and respect they deserve, fostering an inclusive environment where every voice is heard and valued and every individual is uplifted. Amen.
Thank you. I will now ask Councilmember Shahana Hanif to spread the invocation on the record.
Thank you, Majority Leader. I'm grateful to welcome my sister and mentor, Dr. Debbie El-Muntasser, to our chambers as she delivered today's invocation at our first stated meeting of the year during Muslim American Heritage Month. Thank you, Speaker Menon, for working with me to make this possible. Growing up, role models and mentors for Muslim women like me were hard to find. Quiet, please.
Quiet in the chambers.
It was during my run for office in my late 20s that I came to know Sister Debbie more personally. She helped pave the path not only for me, but for countless Muslim women to step into leadership with courage, clarity, and conviction. Many New Yorkers know Sister Debbie for her leadership during the 2017 Yemeni bodega strike, when Yemeni-owned bodegas across our city closed in protest of the Trump administration's Muslim ban, making visible the power and dignity of our immigrant communities. She has also been a long-standing leader in education, including within the Department of Education, advancing curricula that foster understanding across faiths and supporting Muslim educators navigating public schools. Sister Debbie has long served as a trusted advisor on cultural and religious diversity issues for Public Advocate Jumaane Williams, the Mayor's Office of Immigrant Affairs, the New York City Commission on Human Rights, and members of the City Council. Thank you, Sister Debbie, for your powerful words and for blessing this council with your wisdom and service. I move for unanimous consent to spread the invocation in full upon the record.
Thank you, Councilmember. We will now ask Councilmember Chris Marte for the adoption of minutes.
Motion that the minutes of the stated meeting of December 18, 2025 be adopted as printed.
Messages and papers from the mayor.
M27, mayoral appointment.
Rules, privileges, and elections.
Communication from city, county, and borough offices.
None.
Petitions and communications.
M28, designation of deputy speaker.
Thank you. So I'd now ask the clerk to take a roll call vote on the designation and appointment of Natasha Williams as our Deputy Speaker of the City Council. Very exciting moment. Congratulations. Okay, we're going to do a roll call vote.
Abreu,
Aye.
Alabo,
Aye.
Ariola,
I vote aye. Congratulations.
Aviles,
Aye.
Banks,
Aye, and congratulations.
Botcher,
Aye, congratulations.
Brewer, Brooks Powers,
I vote aye and congratulations.
thank you. Caban,
I vote aye.
De La Rosa,
Aye, congrats.
Dinowitz,
I vote aye. Congratulations, Doctor.
Encarnacion,
I vote aye. Congratulations. Make Diana proud.
Epstein,
I vote aye and congratulations.
Farias,
I vote aye. Congrats.
Felder,
Aye, and congratulations, and whatever else.
Feliz,
A proud aye. Congratulations, Dr. Williams.
Gennaro,
I vote aye. Go Nan.
Gutierrez,
Aye, congrats, Nan.
Hanif,
Aye.
Hankerson,
Of course, I vote aye. Congratulations, Doctor.
Hanks,
Aye. Congratulations.
Hudson,
Congratulations, Deputy Speaker Dr. Williams. Aye.
Joseph,
Aye.
Krishnan,
Aye. Congratulations, Dr. Williams.
Lee,
I proudly vote aye. Congrats, Nan.
Lewis,
Congratulations, I vote aye.
Maloney,
Congratulations, aye.
Marte, congratulations, I vote aye. Mealy,
Aye.
thank you. Morano,
Enthusiastic aye, and congratulations to this body on gaining a great Deputy Speaker.
Narcisse,
I vote aye. Congratulations, Nan.
Nurse,
I vote aye.
Osei,
I vote aye.
Palladino,
Congratulations. I vote aye.
Wrestler,
Congrats to one of my favorites. I'm very, very happy to vote aye for Dr. Williams.
Riley,
I proudly vote aye for my sister, Dr. Natasha Williams, to be our new Deputy Speaker of the City Council.
Salam,
Proudly vote aye as well. Congratulations, Dr. Williams.
Justin Sanchez,
Aye.
Karina Sanchez,
Aye.
Santos Suoso,
Aye. Congrats, Nan.
Schulman,
I proudly vote aye. Congrats.
Stevens,
As a proud big sister, I proudly vote aye for Dr. Natasha Williams. Congratulations, boo-boo.
thank you. Thomas Henry,
I proudly vote aye to a Queen of Queens, Dr. Williams. Congratulations.
Ung,
Aye and congratulations.
Vernikov,
Aye.
Williams,
I guess I vote aye.
One,
Aye. Congratulations, Nan.
Wang,
I vote aye.
Zhuang.
I vote aye. Congratulations.
One moment, thank you. Carr.
With congratulations to our great colleague, I vote aye.
Speaker Menon.
I proudly vote aye. Congratulations.
M28, election of deputy speaker, with 50 in the affirmative, 0 in the negative, and 0 abstentions, is hereby approved. Congratulations, Deputy Speaker Williams.
M29 through M33, various appointments.
Received, order, printed, and filed.
Land use call-ups.
M34 through M37.
Thank you. I would now ask that the clerk take a roll call vote on today's land use call-ups.
Aldebol.
Aye.
Ariola.
I vote aye.
Aviles.
Aye.
Banks.
Aye.
Botcher.
Aye.
Brewer. Brooks Powers.
Aye.
Caban.
Aye.
De La Rosa.
Aye.
Dinowitz.
Aye.
Encarnacion.
Aye.
Epstein. Farias.
I vote aye.
Felder.
Aye.
Feliz.
Aye and all.
Gennaro.
Aye.
Gutierrez.
Aye.
Hanif. Hankerson.
Aye.
Hanks.
I vote aye.
Hudson.
Aye.
Joseph.
Aye.
Krishnan.
Aye.
Lee.
Aye.
Lewis.
Aye.
Maloney.
Aye.
Marte.
Aye.
Mealy. Morano.
Aye.
Councilmember Hanif, land use call-ups.
Aye.
Thank you. Narcisse.
Aye.
Nurse.
Aye.
Osei.
I vote aye.
Palladino.
Aye.
Wrestler.
Aye.
Riley.
Aye.
Salam.
I vote aye.
Justin Sanchez.
Aye.
Perina Sanchez.
Aye.
Santos Suoso.
Aye.
Schulman.
Aye.
Stevens.
Aye.
Thomas Henry.
Aye.
Ung.
Aye.
Vernikov.
Aye.
Williams.
I vote aye.
Councilmember Brewer, land use call-ups.
Yes.
Thank you. One.
Aye.
Wang.
I vote aye.
Zhuang.
Aye.
Thank you. Mealy. Carr.
Aye.
Abreu.
Aye.
Speaker Menon.
Aye.
Today's land use call-ups are adopted by a vote of 50 in the affirmative, 0 in the negative. Thank you. We will now have communication from Speaker Julie Menon.
Well, thank you, and welcome to today's Stated. And I'm thrilled we've been joined today by a former City Council member, our Bronx Borough President, Vanessa Gibson. Thank you for joining us. So I know today is obviously an exciting day in that we have new committees, some of us have new seating chairs, and all of that, and we will start to obviously begin the important work that we're all going to do. But I really want to start on a more somber note and really update everyone on what happened to one of our own employees on Monday. So let me start by just saying Raphael is a data analyst in the central staff who has been with the council for approximately a year. On Monday, he went to a routine appointment and then was detained by ICE at the Bethpage facility. He was given one call. He called the HR department, who notified me late Monday afternoon. And at that point, I reached out to NILAG and the New York Immigration Coalition in order to ensure that Raphael had proper legal representation. I really want to thank the council members who joined me on Monday night. We were joined by the New York Immigration Coalition, Congressmember Dan Goldman, and many of you who joined us. This situation, I want to say, thanks to the quick action that we took by getting NILAG involved, we were able to make sure that habeas was filed immediately. That is absolutely critical. And thanks to the quick action that we took, I want to underscore that Raphael is in New York. He is in New York right now, and that is absolutely imperative. To protect his safety, we are unable to disclose any additional information at this time. He now has outside counsel that he has retained. We will remain in very close contact with him, but our ultimate goal is to have him return to us here at the City Council, so we are not going to be able to, at this time, provide any additional details. But I want to say what a devastating situation this has been for the council to have one of our own treated in this fashion. So let me talk first of all about the lack of accountability in this whole process. We were urgently trying to reach Raphael on Monday. If you reach out to the Bethpage facility, there's actually no phone number listed. So when you go online and you look at the Bethpage ICE facility, the phone number, it doesn't work. You can call the number there, but you call it and it's disconnected. So here we are as a city council trying to find a government employee, and we actually have no way of contacting a government agency. That is simply unaccountable and unacceptable. And the fact that we couldn't get any information on that Monday, then we had to call the Department of Homeland Security. We will keep fighting back against any tactics that seek to perpetuate a lack of transparency and a lack of due process. And we will keep fighting back against a system where someone is following the administration's own directives by appearing at a routine check-in. He followed the rules, he went to the routine check-in, and let me just reiterate, Raphael had all of his legal authorization to work in the City Council, and any suggestion to the contrary is patently and demonstrably false. So it is not acceptable, and I just want to reiterate, as New Yorkers, we are going to stand up for the rights of all our neighbors and for the dignity that they deserve, because we are frankly a city where we all belong. On a lighter note, I want to proudly welcome the incredible sisters of Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority who are up here. Hello, welcome. I know you're celebrating AKA Day and 118 years of service, sisterhood, leadership. Thank you for your enduring commitment to uplifting communities and for advancing equity right here in our great city and beyond. And this body is especially proud that, first of all, Councilmember Amanda Farias is a member, and I think you know that by what she's wearing. She's duly dressed today, no surprise. And our former speaker, Adrienne Adams. So there are both members of Alpha Kappa Alpha whose lifelong commitment to service and to justice helped inspire and advance the legislation that we are here to celebrate today. On this upcoming Monday, we're going to celebrate the great Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King, Jr., whose enduring legacy reminds us all of our continued work to create a more just world and society that absolutely rejects discrimination, inequality, and poverty. January 1st was Haitian Independence Day, which commemorates Haiti's liberation from colonial rule in 1804 as the world's first Black-led republic. To our members of Haitian descent and to all Haitian New Yorkers, I hope you had a wonderful Haitian Independence Day. It was very quiet in the chambers. I thought there would be a little more, where's this Haitian Independence Day? Come on, where's the spirit? Let's go. Okay. January 6th was Three Kings Day. Cheers for that? Okay. A significant holiday that's also known as the Feast of Epiphany. For many New Yorkers, the holiday season does not end on Christmas, but it continues until Three Kings Day, where family members gather to exchange gifts and share meals. I hope everyone had a happy Three Kings Day. And January 13th was Korean American Day. Can we hear it? Yes, great. Which commemorates the day in 1903 when the first Koreans arrived in the United States. Our council includes the first two Korean American council members in Linda Lee and Julie Wan. So we celebrate your historic representation, and we wish all New Yorkers a happy Korean American Day. On January 22nd, we will observe Roe v. Wade Day, which marks the anniversary, of course, of the landmark Supreme Court decision that granted us a federally protected right to safe and legal abortions. This year would have been the 53rd anniversary of Roe v. Wade, but the Supreme Court's actions to overturn 5 decades of legal precedent, reproductive health care for millions of people, is obviously under attack across this country. While New York City, of course, and the City Council has taken a lot of action in this regard, remains a safe haven, we know more must be done across the country to ensure that everyone can safely and legally access abortions and reproductive health care. January 27th is Holocaust Remembrance Day, when we honor the memory of millions of Jewish people, grandfather included, who were murdered during the Holocaust. We uplift their memories and make a solemn pledge, never again. Now, on a lighter note, I want to wish a happy birthday to a number of council members who were born in January. Council members Althea Stevens, January 2nd. Our majority leader, Sean Abreu. And today is council member Alexa Vila's birthday. Happy birthday. And on January 20th, council member Shirley Aldebal and Susan Zhuang on January 30th. So a lot of January birthdays. So now for what we were all really here about, which I know is about the committees and leadership. So today, this is my first stated council meeting. I'm so proud to introduce our outstanding leadership team that I am thrilled to work with. Our Deputy Speaker, Natasha Williams. Our Majority Leader, Sean Abreu. Our Majority Whip, Camilla Hanks, the first from Staten Island. I'm just saying. Our Deputy Whip, Elsie Encarnacion. Our Deputy Leader, Sandra Ung. And other Deputy Leader, Chris Banks. And our leadership team, Land Use Chair, Kevin Riley. Finance Chair, Linda Lee. Education Chair, Eric Dinowitz. Chair of Oversight and Investigation, Shekhar Krishnan. And our Minority Leader, David Carr. So today, the Temporary Rules Committee voted on chairmanships and committee assignments. Every decision was made with thoughtful consideration of the needs of our city and the body's ability to confront them. I'm confident that members of the committees, all the chairs, and quite frankly, all the members of the committees will play very important roles in carrying out the Council's chartered, mandated oversight and legislative responsibilities at such a critical moment for our city. And it's now, I sent an email about it. I don't know that everyone read it, but hopefully they did. But I sent an email about this, but I really wanted to personally introduce our senior leadership team. First of all, our great Chief of Staff, Miguelina Camilo. I want to say Miguelina is the first woman to ever serve as Chief of Staff of the City Council, first Latina, and so we're very excited about that historic first. Jonathan Shutt will be Senior Deputy Chief of Staff. And Jonathan has been with the Council for many, many years and was my former Chief of Staff. And Simone Jones is going to be our Deputy Chief of Staff and our first ever Chief Equity Officer. And Bob Tibberall is going to be our Chief Advisor, so many of you know. So that is our senior leadership team. We are doing a staff directory because I know that for many people, myself included, sometimes we're interacting with central staff and we're not clear what is their role and how do we contact them. So we are working on a staff directory. We will get that to all the members very soon. Okay, thank you. And I'm now going to turn it back over to our majority leader.
Thank you, Speaker Menon. We will now move into discussion of general orders. Seeing no one signed up for general orders, we'll now move to report of special committees.
None.
Reports of standing committees.
Report of the Committee on Rules, Privileges, and Elections. Pre-considered resolutions 1 and 2.
Okay, hold on 1 second. Okay. Coupled on general orders, I would now ask that the clerk take a roll call vote on the items coupled on today's general orders calendar.
Aldebol.
I vote aye.
Ariola.
Permission to explain my vote?
Permission granted.
I'd like to thank Speaker Menon for your trust in my continued dedication and ability to chair the Council's Committee on Fire and Emergency Management, my fellow colleagues in the Council, and all those who gather here with us today. Congratulations to everyone who received their committee assignments and their chairmanships. It is a great honor that I stand with you and before you, reappointed as the chair of New York City Council's Committee on Fire and Emergency Management. Over the last 4 years, our committee has fought tirelessly for New York City's first responders. We have advocated for greater funding for our heroes, safer, carcinogen-free gear and EMS pay parity, and for so much more. As chair, I've made it clear that when it comes to the members of New York City's bravest, my door is always open and my ear is always willing to listen. The committee has become so much more than just a role in my city government title. It has become deeply personal. As its chair, I've come to know so many of the incredible members of the New York City Fire Department, from firefighters and EMS personnel to fire inspectors, dispatchers, and so many others on an individual level. These are brave people who put their lives on the line every single day. My door will always be open to you and my office, or you can come up to the steps of City Hall at any time. It's especially important to me since we approach the 25th anniversary of the September 11th attacks. I promise to continue fighting for these real-life heroes, and for the next 4 years, I intend to do what I can to serve as their voice in this chamber and ensure that they get the things they need and respect they deserve. I'd like to thank my Chief of Staff, Phyllis Cianciarulo, for her dedication and partnership in advocating for those members of the FDNY, to my staff as well as the FEM committee members who served along with me in the last 2 sessions. To the new members of the committee, I say welcome, and we have a lot of work to do. Last but not least, I'd like to thank Commissioner Lillian Bonsignor, who shares my passion for the department and who will no doubt be a valuable partner in years to come. I look forward to helping her in her new role as she settles in at the helm of the greatest fire department of the city of New York. Together we can work miracles. And on that note, I vote aye.
Thank you. Aviles.
Aye.
Thank you. Banks.
Aye.
Botcher.
Aye.
Brewer.
Aye, and welcome to the new members. You're pretty good. Thank you.
Brooks Powers.
I vote aye.
De La Rosa.
Aye.
Dinowitz.
Aye.
Encarnacion.
Permission to explain my vote?
Permission granted.
Thank you. First and foremost, I am deeply honored to be here today, to be stepping into this role, even though I'm not quite sure exactly what I'm going to make of it, but I know I'm going to make it great because Speaker Menon really truly believes in me, and I'm not going to let you down. I'm not going to let you down. From many people who know, I have been working and dedicated to my district since 2006 in the City Council, and This whole time, I've been learning both public-facing, but also gaining a strong command of legislation and budget, and I bring those experiences that have shaped me and have prepared me for this moment. And so I come to this role as someone who was born and raised in this district, fighting every day for the people of East Harlem and the South Bronx. I bring their priorities to the forefront of this work, and I am committed to equity, to fairness, and to standing up for the New Yorkers who are too often left out of the conversation. Being at the table and serving as a voice for those communities is not optional for me, it is essential. And advancing the city's priorities and the work of this body is a responsibility that I take seriously. I understand the weight of what has been entrusted in me, and I step into the role fiercely, humbled, and deeply proud. I'm ready to bring my experience and my perspective and my urgency to this team. Thank you, Speaker Menon, for believing in me and for being bold in your decisions. Once again, District 8 has a seat at a leadership, and so, that is a moment of real consequence. I will honor that responsibility by showing up, speaking up for the communities that have raised me and for the city that we all serve. And with that, I vote aye.
Epstein.
Aye.
Caban.
Permission to explain my vote.
Permission granted.
Y'all ain't ready for me in this row. I just want to start by saying I am honored and grateful to be appointed by Speaker Menon as chair of the Committee on Mental Health and Addiction. I will be petitioning for it to be called the Committee on Mental Health and Substance Use Disorder. And as a public defender, I watched our city fail our neighbors by addressing mental illness and substance use disorders as crimes instead of what they are, public health challenges that must be addressed with care and support, not violence and punishment. Our commitment to mental health care and harm reduction must be unwavering, and I look forward to working alongside advocates, peers, and professionals to scale effective programs and guarantee every New Yorker has care and dignity. And so as chair, I will dedicate myself to one principle. If it saves lives, it's worth doing. Thank you.
Councilmember. Councilmember Caban.
And I vote aye.
Thank you. Farias.
I vote aye.
Felder.
Aye.
Feliz.
Permission to explain my vote.
Permission granted.
Thank you. I'm incredibly honored and grateful to be appointed as chair of the Committee on Public Safety, and I want to thank Speaker Menon for the opportunity to serve in this capacity. Public safety is fundamental to the well-being of communities, and it is one of the most important responsibilities of city government. I'm excited about a lot of things. New York City has made progress on the issue of safety, with shooting incidents at the lowest levels in recorded history. I'm excited about working to make the city even safer by addressing root causes of crime so that we can prevent it before it happens, but also strengthening public trust, and also providing police officers with the resources needed to effectively carry out their important duties. We've made progress on the issue of safety, and as chair, my priority is very simple: making sure that the progress continues. I look forward to working with colleagues, the NYPD, stakeholders, advocates, and everyone else so that we can continue making the progress that we've seen and continue seeing safety in the city. Thank you so much. I vote aye on all.
Gennaro.
Mr. Majority Leader, I ask permission to explain my vote.
Permission granted.
Thank you. All I ever wanted to do in my professional life was to make environmental public policy. My background in geology, I've been doing this for 50 years now. I started doing it at the council as policy analyst for the Environmental Committee in 1990. Did that for 12 years, and I've been so blessed to be able to chair the committee for 17 years. It means everything to me. And I thank the Speaker so much for having the trust in me to, finish out my career doing this. And it means so much to me, and I promise to do my utmost in making sure that, when it comes to, environmental sustainability and the whole shooting match that we close it out right. I just thank my colleagues, everyone who's ever served on the committee as when I've chaired it, and I'm just kind of gushing today. I think I should shut up now, thank the Speaker, thank all my colleagues, and I should probably vote, right? How about that? I vote aye.
Thank you. Gutierrez.
Permission to explain my vote.
Permission granted.
I vote aye first. Okay. Okay, here at the council, we learn so much about persistence. We learn it because we have to, because we are here to uncover the truth, to do hard things, and we just have a lot going on, so we have to be persistent to break through the noise. I want to begin by thanking Speaker Julie Menon for creating this dedicated committee on childcare and for her persistence. It's not symbolic, but a serious act of commitment. It recognizes that childcare is complex and urgent, and she's entrusting me to lead it. I poured much of my energy over the last 4 years into drafting the Universal Child Care Bill, hosting over 10 roundtables with advocates, experts, business leaders, building a coalition that helped make childcare become the #1 issue in this mayoral campaign, but I didn't do that alone. And while the last mayor tried to dismantle this system every step of the way, this city council fought back. We were on late-night calls with advocates, combing through budgets, demanding answers at hearings, and hundreds of millions of dollars were on the chopping block, and we fought for every single dollar. But we didn't invent that persistence, we learned it. We learned it from advocates who were doing this work long before any of us held these seats. We learned it from parents who took time out of their days to come to City Hall. We learned it from providers, mostly women, mostly immigrants who raise our children every single day in a system that has never treated their labor with the dignity it deserves, people like my own mom. And this council spent enormous political capital on holding the line and ensuring not a single family lost care. It's a popular issue. Even Republicans are down with it and support it. And I hold, and it is what we build this next chapter on. I'm proud of this council. I'm grateful for Speaker Menon's trust in me to hold this seat. I promise to use the subcommittee to work with this administration to create a public forum for public voices. And I'm committed to delivering universal child care, not with promises, but with the persistence New York City families deserve. Thank you.
Thank you. Hanif.
Permission to explain my vote?
Permission granted.
Thank you. I'm honored to vote aye today to approve these committee appointments. Thank you, Speaker Menon, for creating the Committee on Disabilities and entrusting me with its chairship. I've lived with lupus for 18 years now and have experienced visible and invisible disabilities, the nebulous healthcare system, and been under the knife way too many times, immigrant family members who spoke a different language, and also a grit to make our city much better and one worth living in for all. I know firsthand that disability justice is a civil rights issue and an affordability issue, and accessibility must be built into every aspect of city policy, infrastructure, and services, not treated as an afterthought. I'm eager to get to work for New Yorkers of all abilities. Thank you.
Thank you. Hankerson.
Permission to explain my vote?
Permission granted.
I want to thank, all right. I want to thank Speaker Menon and my colleagues in the council for their partnership. I appreciate this recognition. I do not take this responsibility lightly. This moment feels full circle for me because my public service started at the Southern Queens Park Association, the only Black-led organization with a license agreement with the Parks Department. At SQPA, I supported programs that brought young people, families, and seniors into our parks for recreation, learning, and community events. That experience taught me that our parks work best when the community is present, involved, and connected. When parks are maintained and active, the quality of life of our residents improves significantly. Residents expect safety, our kids to have a place to play after school, and families to have a place to gather comfortably. As Parks Chair, I will be focused on making sure every neighborhood has parks that are safe, clean, and cared for, with upgrades that reflect how residents actually use the spaces regardless of that community's socioeconomic status. When we strengthen those relationships, we create more opportunities for youth, cultural events, sports, health and wellness, and environmental education that brings neighbors together and keeps our parks active. And as Parks Chair, I will work with our Speaker and the administration to ensure we get to that 1% that Parks so desperately needs and that our communities ultimately deserve. Thank you for the opportunity. Let's have some fun. I vote aye.
Hanks.
Permission to explain my vote.
Permission granted.
Thank you, Mr. Majority Leader. First, I am honored to serve as the Majority Whip, the first from Staten Island, an important recognition for our borough. I thank the Speaker, thank you so much. I thank the Speaker and my colleagues for this confidence, and this is an acknowledgement that Staten Island is no longer forgotten. The Speaker Menon is truly committed in
to a 5-borough Democratic leadership. And with that, I vote aye.
Hudson.
Permission to explain my vote?
Permission granted.
Thank you. I'm honored to serve as chair of the Committee on General Welfare, overseeing the New York City Department of Social Services, which includes the Human Rights Administration and the Department of Homeless Services. When I first ran for office in 2021, I released a Black Agenda for New York City, a comprehensive policy agenda that offers solutions to deep inequities in our city that are the product of years of systemic neglect of and disinvestment in Black communities across the 5 boroughs. It's an inclusive approach, not an exclusive one only for Black New Yorkers, to address real problems facing real New Yorkers who are in dire need of government to give them the boost that so many others are lucky to have simply handed to them. It is with that same equity-minded lens that I step into this role, grounded in the understanding that addressing systemic inequities requires us to confront their root causes. At a moment when 1 in 7 New York City public school children is experiencing homelessness, and when older adults are the fastest growing homeless population, I'm committed to stewarding this committee's work by building on the strong leadership of my predecessor, former council member and deputy speaker Diana Ayala. Her work to expand city FEPs and keep New Yorkers stably housed in their communities has ensured that people living in shelters could actually see a way out. And I look forward to working closely with Speaker Menon to grow the commitment we seeded last term to expand and implement baby bonds and ensure that every child born in our city has a real, tangible foundation to thrive, no matter their zip code or family income. This committee's work is about dignity, equity, and opportunity, and I'm committed to centering those values as we move forward together. Thank you and congratulations to all of my colleagues. I look forward to working together over the next 4 years. I vote aye.
Thank you. Joseph.
Permission to explain my vote.
Permission granted.
Thank you. Thank you, Speaker Menon. I'm excited to take on the role of Higher Education Chair. My experiences as Education Chair has prepared me well for this position, and I want to emphasize how this new role will directly support and expand upon that working in advanced higher education as Chair. I'll ensure that our committee's effort align with strengthening our higher education initiatives. I'm committed to creating policies, programs that will benefit students, and I vote aye. Thank you.
Krishnan.
Permission to explain my vote.
Permission granted.
I'm honored that Speaker Menon has trusted me with leading the Oversight and Investigations Committee of our council. We are hearing too often that New York City is becoming unaffordable for our families. Childcare is exorbitant, groceries are far too expensive, and the rent is too high. We are watching greedy corporations get richer while the families that work for them struggle to make ends meet. We are seeing disgraced politicians speak to and treat citizens without respect. And our government agencies are not doing enough to meet the moment that we are in. Everything that we do as elected officials should be to make the lives of everyday New Yorkers better. Speaker Menon has made it clear that this is a priority and that in the City Council we will do more to fight corruption and mega corporations. While chairing the Oversight Committee, we'll launch investigations against bad landlords, predatory corporations, and government agencies that aren't doing enough to protect families. And we'll ask the hard questions to hold them accountable so they can't cheat or screw over New Yorkers. Together, we'll make New York City a better place for our families. We've already taken on the big fights and won, such as decriminalizing street vending and passing the largest workforce protections for Uber and Lyft drivers in the nation. And I'm proud to have had Speaker Menon's support throughout those fights. Now, as the chair of the City Council's Oversight and Investigations Committee, we can do more, dream bigger, and fight harder. I'm excited to take on this role to protect our tenants, workers, and families. The New York City Council can do more than we have. We can fight for accountability and justice for people who are trying to make it by in this city. With the tools of the Oversight and Investigations Committee, we will bring the fight to the Council's affordability agenda. Thank you, and I vote aye.
Lee.
Permission to explain my vote.
Permission granted.
Thank you. It is an immense honor to serve as chair of the New York City Council's Committee on Finance, and this is something that I do not take lightly, and I take the responsibility of this gavel very seriously, especially at a time when families across our city are really struggling and feeling the financial pressures. It is even more crucial now than ever for us to be very responsible fiscally, as well as figure out how we are going to support our most vulnerable New Yorkers. And we have an obligation to develop innovative budget solutions that make meaningful differences in the lives of New Yorkers today. And meeting this challenge is going to require close collaboration with the administration to streamline the budget processes generate necessary revenues, achieve cost savings, streamline procurement processes that have been slowed by bureaucratic red tape. And I really hope to bring all of my former nonprofit experience to the table when it comes to thinking out of the box and figuring out creative solutions to how we are going to meet this moment that we're in right now. And it must reflect, the budget must reflect the responsibility and the needs of the New Yorkers that we're trying to deliver with right now. And just really quickly, I wanted to share a personal story that many of you may have heard. Before I decided to run for council in 2021, I spoke to my pastor and said, you know, I don't know what this crazy thing is that I'm getting into right now. And so there are really 3 things I need you to pray for me. Number 1, protection, because I need to be protected so that I can stay focused and keep the sight ahead of us in mind and in line. The second thing is wisdom. Not manly wisdom, but godly wisdom, because Lord knows I'm going to need discernment in this new role. And the third thing that I prayed for was humility, because we should always remember why we are called to this role, why we are called to serve, and to lead with compassion. So I ask all my colleagues to do the same. And
Thank
with
you,
that, I vote aye.
Councilmember. Your time is up. Thank you.
My apologies, Councilmember Lee, your vote, I'm sorry.
Oh, I vote aye.
Thank you, thank you. Lewis.
Permission to explain my vote.
Permission granted.
Thank you, Mr. Majority Leader. I want to express my deep gratitude to Speaker Menon for appointing me chair of the Subcommittee on Zoning and Franchises. Along with the Committee on Land Use, this is one of the most active and consequential bodies within the council, a critical driver of how our city plans, builds, and grows. The decisions we make through this subcommittee will shape the future of housing affordability, neighborhood stability, public infrastructure, and economic opportunity for millions of New Yorkers. At a time when communities across our city are confronting a housing crisis and pressing infrastructure challenges, this role carries both tremendous responsibility and unwavering resolve. I am deeply grateful to Speaker Menon for her confidence and trust in me. I look forward to working alongside my colleagues, the Land Use Division, and advocates citywide to advance equitable, transparent, and community-centered development that strengthens every neighborhood in our city. And I vote aye on all.
Maloney.
Permission to explain my vote.
Permission granted.
I'm honored to be here serving the constituents of District 4 and to serve as the chair of the Economic Development Committee. Speaker Menon, thank you for your confidence in my leadership. Historically, New York City's economy has been the driving engine of the nation. Ensuring jobs and opportunities for New Yorkers is more important than ever, especially in the face of fiscal uncertainty and shifting federal priorities. Economic development has been a central focus of my career, spanning both public and private sectors, including my work at the New York City Economic Development Corporation under 2 mayoral administrations. Under Mayor Bloomberg, I worked to expand free public Wi-Fi access and high-speed internet across all 5 boroughs, build programs to support small businesses, and lay the groundwork for the growth of New York's tech economy. As chair, I'm committed to building on that work, to advancing strategies that support job creation, leverage city-owned property for affordable housing, to prepare our workforce in a rapidly shifting economy, and apply public and private partnerships to preserve the programs and services that New Yorkers rely on. My focus is on building policies that are disciplined, forward-looking, and resilient, and I look forward to working with Speaker Menon and my colleagues here today to ensure we meet the needs of workers, small businesses, and communities across the city, and I vote aye.
Marte.
Permission to explain my vote.
Permission granted.
I'll vote aye first, but I want to thank Speaker Menon for giving me the responsibility to chair Landmarks Public Siting, Site Deposition, and Resiliency Subcommittee, representing the oldest part of our city and one that's almost entirely coastal. I look forward to using this committee to shape our city's future while celebrating its past. We will also work to ensure that our public sites are used for the public good, so that as our city continues to change, the council is constantly required to address who these changes benefit. I want to thank Speaker Menon one more time and for everyone else in this committee. Thank you all.
Mealy.
Aye.
Morano.
Permission to explain my vote?
Permission granted.
Thank you, Speaker Menon, and to the members of this body. I'm really looking forward to the prospect of chairing the Veterans Committee. You know, there was a time where there were quite a few veterans that served in this body, the City Council. Now there happen to be none. But I can tell you that under my stewardship of this committee, this is going to be a meaningful committee. We're going to stand up for the people that have stood up repeatedly for our nation. We're going to stand up for a bunch of people who have so much left to offer this city and our country, and too often seem like they have to wait at the back of the line when it comes to giving out services. So whether it's housing, whether it's medical, whether it's affordability, whether it's property taxes, I'm going to be an advocate for every veteran in this city. And I'm particularly proud because of the robust veteran population, not only in my district, but all of Staten Island. And to chair a committee like this as a Staten Islander is incredibly meaningful. And one of the people that was a veteran that served this body was one of Councilmember Hank's predecessors, Jay O'Donovan. And it's so apropos that she's also here taking the mantle of Majority Whip. And as she alluded to, this is really a great day for Staten Island. There is not a Staten Island elected official in any part of the island of any party that doesn't hear their constituents say something about secession. And when you look at what we've seen in this body previously over the last couple of years with not a single Staten Islander chairing a major committee and not a single Staten Islander in major leadership, it's easy to understand why they feel totally forgotten. And I think the vote that we're about to take, and under Speaker Menon's leadership already, we're sending the message that this body absolutely speaks for Staten Island and that Staten Island is very much a part of this city. Thank you.
Thank you. Narcisse.
I vote aye.
Nurse.
I vote aye.
Osei.
Permission to explain my vote?
Permission granted.
Well, first and foremost, I vote aye. And I also want to thank Speaker Menon for starting stated meeting on time. Thank you for being respectful of our time. And two, I'm truly grateful for being assigned to the Committee of Land Use as well as Landmarks. This will be a council that will champion building new housing and more specifically affordable housing. No more saying no. These are two new committees that I'm excited to be on and to continue being a champion for building here in New York City.
Thank you. Palladino.
Permission to explain my vote?
Permission granted.
I would like to say thank you to Speaker Menon for my two committees. I'm glad that you listened to the fact that I only wanted two committees. And I am very grateful to be able to serve the first responders of the City of New York by serving with Joanne Ariola, our former minority leader, and being a voice for the veterans, which I have started with my very first year in office. And my office was the very first office ever in this body to host a veterans center where they can come to. Queens and my district in New York happens to have the largest population of veterans in it. When we first started the committee in my office, it took off like wildfire. People came from all 5 boroughs in order to do that. So once again, I couldn't be prouder to serve first responders of the City of New York. I couldn't be more proud to serve our veterans that serve our country and put their life on the line each and every day. So thank you very much, Julie Menon, for my two committees. Thank you. And I vote aye.
Thank you. Wrestler.
I vote aye and would like to thank Speaker Menon for the opportunity.
Riley.
Aye.
Salam.
Permission to explain my vote.
Permission granted.
I'd like to thank Speaker Menon for the trust that you have placed in me to serve as the chair to Committee to Combat Hate. I accept this responsibility with humility and with resolve. New York City's strength lies in its diversity, but hate seeks to exploit our differences and divide us. My vote today reflects a commitment to confronting hate at its root and ensuring our city moves beyond words and into action. As chair, I'm committed to working with my colleagues, our communities, and our city agencies to advance accountability, education, and safety, and to protect the mosaic that makes New York City who we are. And with that, I vote aye.
Justin Sanchez.
Permission to explain my vote?
Permission granted.
First and foremost, I want to say thank you to Speaker Menon. I came to this body running on 4 simple words: clean the damn streets. And this morning, I was able to unveil over 60 new trash cans for the residents of District 17. And this afternoon, I get to go home to them as the new chair of the Sanitation and Solid Waste Management Committee. I look forward to working with all of my colleagues to help clean your streets, and I look forward to bringing this committee back to the Bronx. Thank you. And I vote aye.
Thank you. Barina Sanchez.
Permission to explain my vote?
Permission granted.
It is an honor to be reappointed as chair of the Committee on Housing and Buildings. Thank you, Speaker Menon, for your trust. Over the last term, our committee delivered real results. We secured record investments for housing preservation and new construction in deeply affordable housing and homeownership opportunities. We strengthened enforcement against the worst landlords, and we modernized our building and energy codes to keep residents safe. Possibly the wonkiest, but also one of the coolest parts of this chairship. And we renewed critical financing tools like J51 to preserve affordability and advance the energy resilience of our aging housing stock. I look forward to continuing this work alongside our colleagues, protecting tenants that live in the worst conditions, holding those bad landlords and actors accountable, and supporting small homeowners facing rising costs, and securing even greater investments to expand fair, stable pathways to homes that New Yorkers can afford and keep. This committee will continue to lead with rigorous oversight and decisive action to confront our housing crisis head on. I vote aye.
Santos Woso.
Permission to explain my vote?
Permission granted.
I want to thank Speaker Menon for all of my committee assignments, but in particular, I'm excited to be on the subcommittee on childcare under Councilmember Gutierrez's leadership, which I think is going to be a transformative subcommittee. Very excited there. And of course, on behalf of Southern Brooklyn's beautiful green spaces, and on behalf of a lot of people that care about our cleanliness of our streets and sidewalks, very excited to be contributing to parks and sanitation. So thank you. Excited to work with my colleagues, and I vote aye.
Schulman.
Permission to explain my vote.
Permission granted.
I am honored to be reappointed as chair of the City Council Health Committee and grateful to Speaker Menon for her long-term leadership and commitment to public health and equity. A shared focus on prevention and accessibility has driven landmark legislation from the city's first diabetes prevention program to a long-term population health agenda, helping increase life expectancy 5 years ahead of schedule through Healthy NYC. I look forward to continuing this work with my colleagues to ensure New York City remains the healthiest city in the country. With that, I vote aye.
Stevens.
Aye.
Thomas Henry.
Aye.
Ung.
Permission to explain my vote?
Permission granted.
I'm proud and honored to accept the role of Deputy Leader of New York City Council. I want to thank Speaker Menon for her trust and faith in me. I look forward to working with our new Speaker Menon and the entire colleagues to advance an agenda that focuses on making our city livable for all New Yorkers. With that, I vote aye.
Vernikov.
Aye.
Williams.
Permission to explain my vote?
Permission granted.
Thank you. Good afternoon. And first, as a proud member of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, let me wish my sister Greeks of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated a happy Founders Day. And also, happy belated Founders Day to my sorors. We just celebrated January 13th. I am grateful for the trust placed in me and thank Speaker Menon for her partnership and her leadership. Today, I step into a new chapter at the New York City Council as Deputy Speaker and Chair of the Committee on Cultural Affairs, Libraries, and International Intergroup Organizations. I step into this moment grounded in focus and intention. In these roles, I will work closely with Speaker Menon to advance the Council's legislative and budget priorities while ensuring our work is transparent, accountable, and responsive to the needs of New Yorkers. I'm also super excited as a former dance kid kid growing up in dance school, to uplift the artists, cultural institutions, and creative voices that preserve our histories, tell underrepresented stories, and bring opportunity to neighborhoods across this great city. By strengthening both governance and culture, we can make City Hall work for communities in meaningful ways. My work is guided by the people and communities of Southeast Queens. Their experiences shape my decisions, keep the council accountable, and ensure our actions reflect what neighborhoods truly need. My office will remain open, attentive, and responsive to everyday concerns. I'm so very thankful to my colleagues for your vote today, for your support, again to Speaker Menon, for seeing this leadership in me, and for her partnership, and most importantly, to the residents who brought me here, who inspire this work every day. I will keep listening, learning, and making sure that this council delivers for the people we serve. And with that, I vote aye.
1.
Permission to explain my vote?
Permission granted.
Thank you, Speaker Menon, for giving me the honor to chair the Workforce Development Committee at a moment where our economy and the nature of our work are rapidly changing, especially in the age of automation and artificial intelligence. As chair, my focus will be partnering with all industries to have a clear pathway for secure and stable job opportunity for all New Yorkers. And I look forward to partnering with all of our labor unions to expand their apprenticeship programs, as well as high-quality trainings and benefits, real protections, and so forth, especially for our NYCHA residents who deserve to have access to great jobs through city-funded programs and investments. Programs that we've already enacted, like CUNY Reconnect and other scholarship programs, have been essential, especially for women who are returning to school and completing their degrees to have better paying careers. We've also enacted programs like New York City's workers' cooperatives for domestic workers and language access co-ops and so much more. So I look forward to continuing this work, especially in partnership with Deputy Mayor of Economic Justice, Julie Su, as well as the Office of Talent and Workforce Management and SBS as well. So I look forward to doing all the work that comes to making sure that New Yorkers have jobs that can withstand economic shifts and innovation for long-term security. So with that, I vote aye. Thank you so much.
Wang.
I vote aye.
Zhuang.
Permission to explain my vote?
Permission granted.
Thank you. First of all, I want to thank Speaker for your leadership, and I want to congratulate all New Yorkers. This time we got a very good speaker for our New York City. And also I want to congratulate to our colleagues.
Quiet in the chambers, please. Thank you.
For whatever position you wanted, I think we will do well for New York City. I was raised by my grandparents and feel that it's our community's responsibility to take care of our seniors. I always have to listen to our seniors, and always they tell me they have issues with SNAP, they have issues with housing, they have issues with senior services. I'm here to fight to make sure all the services will deliver to our New York City seniors. And also I want to say, by alphabetic, my name always be the last one get called, but my committee is the first one. Thank you. I vote aye.
Thank you, Councilman. Carr.
Permission to explain my vote?
Permission granted.
Thank you so much, Majority Leader. I want to begin by congratulating everyone on their committee assignments and all of the leadership positions to which you've all been chosen. I want to start with our Deputy Speaker. Your partnership with so many of us over the years and your policy chops makes you absolutely worthy for this new role. Congratulations to you as you embark upon it. Majority Leader, great to see you up in that chair. We have great confidence in your ability to wield that gavel judiciously, and we in the Republican delegation will do our best that you won't have to use it on one of us. So thank you so much, and congratulations to you all. Speaker, I want to thank you for your inclusiveness in this current leadership package. You know, the Minority Leader was not concluded in leadership in the last 4 years, but that had been the case in the 16 years prior to that, if not longer. So I thank you for being so inclusive and open-handed in your including my members and I in the leadership team, as well as in positions of high office here in the council. I think Chair Arreola has really made a passion project of supporting the FDNY and its mission. In fact, that word may not even do justice to her efforts, and I know she will continue to do a phenomenal job in that role, and Chair Morano will bring his characteristic enthusiasm and passion and thoughtfulness to his new role as chair of the Veterans Committee, giving his all for those who are willing to give their all for us and our nation. So congratulations to everyone on all of their future missions. And I wanted to say a couple words about Majority Whip Camila Hanks. There are those of us who are blessed to be given family at the beginning of our life, and there are those we find along the way, and she has become a part of mine. And she is Team Staten Island all the way, and she is a true New Yorker in her heart, and I know she will do her very best for every member of this body and be a supportive member of the Speaker's team. So thank you, Speaker Menon, for everything you have done today. Thank you.
Abreu.
I vote aye.
Speaker Menon.
I proudly vote aye.
All items on today's general order calendar are adopted by a vote of 51 in the affirmative, 0 in the negative, and 0 abstentions. Introduction and reading of bills.
All bills have been referred to committee as indicated on today's agenda.
There are no other resolutions on the calendar, so we will now move into general discussion. Councilmember Farias.
Thank you, Majority Leader. Good afternoon. Today at City Hall, we proudly celebrate the first official Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated Day. January 15th marks the founding of an organization that for more than a century has shaped generations of women and leaders committed to service, scholarship, and community. As a lifelong Bronxite and a proud member of Alpha Kappa Alpha, I'm honored to recognize the legacy of Black women whose leadership continues to move our city and our nation forward. This morning, I gathered on the steps of City Hall with so many of my sorority sisters in commemoration of New York City's first official AKA Day. To gather in this historic space on our Founders Day was a powerful reminder of the generations of Black women whose leadership, service, and excellence have shaped the city and continue to open doors for those who follow. I crossed and follow 8, and what I learned then and continue to learn is the power of sisterhood is a lived, sustaining force. Sisterhood is what happens when women see one another fully, support one another intentionally, and commit to something much larger than themselves as a collective. Through Alpha Kappa Alpha, I learned what it means to be held by other women, specifically other women of color, and what it means to extend that same support forward. I learned that when women move collectively, they create pathways into leadership, opportunity, and service. That understanding lit the path for me. It shaped my commitment to community work and ultimately led me into public service. It continues to guide me today as I am privileged to serve the people of New York City as part of a majority women city council. And the honor I had to serve in top leadership with another sister of Alpha Kappa Alpha, former Speaker Adrienne Adams. The work we do in government is deeply rooted in service, service informed by lived experience, strengthened through collaboration, and sustained by the knowledge that progress is collective. Those values are inseparable from my identity as a sister and central to how I show up in this role. To carry the legacy of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, a legacy grounded in service, leadership, and sisterhood into the work of government is an honor I hold with great pride. Thank you to all of the sorors who came here today, who continue to demonstrate the power of sisterhood through your leadership and service, and happy AKA Day.
Thank you. Seeing no one else signed up to speak on general discussion, I'll now call on Speaker Julie Menon to close today's stated meeting.
Thank you. The stated meeting of January 15th, 2026 is hereby adjourned.